Sage and Matt back with you. What a story in college football. Cincinnati, Luke Fickell and those Bearcats off to a 5-0 start. Even though they don't play in a Power 5 conference, they still have big wins over Indiana and Notre Dame. Both by double digits, by the way, and both on the road. That's a resume pattern. Coming off a dominant win last week over Temple, the Bearcats up to third in the AP poll. That's the highest ranking for the school in AP poll history dating back to 1936. And they're being led by Desmond Ridder, now one of the Heisman frontrunners. He has a 35-5 record, 35-5 career record, Cincinnati, including a perfect 13-0 mark in home conference games. And now Cincinnati has a 45% chance to make the college football playoff. That is the fourth highest percentage behind Georgia, Oklahoma, and Alabama. Entering the season, Cincinnati had a 0.3% chance to make it. It'd be the first team outside the Power 5 and Notre Dame to make the playoff. Cincinnati quarterback Desmond Ridder joining me now on SportsCenter. And Desmond, before the interview, you and I were talking. You got to float today and you got a massage. So I appreciate you joining me in between your luxury.
Yes, sir. It's been a busy morning, but thank you for having me.
You know, this has been such a remarkable and historic season for Cincinnati football. Take me inside the locker room of what this 5-game journey has been like for you and your team.
You know, from the outside world, you would say there's been a lot of ups in our locker room, but, you know, we're just working our hardest every day, day in and day out, to try to be the best team that we can be. And, you know, there's a lot of outside noise that's going on right now. But, you know, we just know that if we stay together in the locker room as one, keep growing our brotherhood as we do every season, that we know that we can be able to reach our ultimate goal.
You know, it is about controlling the controllables. You guys had the game at Indiana. You got a week off, and then you went to Notre Dame and got that big win against the Irish. What did that win against Notre Dame do for your program?
I think it just put a huge confidence booster in all of us. I think, you know, going in there playing against a great team in a hostile environment, as Notre Dame was, it just showed us that we can go in there and play and be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. I think, you know, it showed a lot of the younger guys who might not have seen as big a stage as that was, that, you know, we can go out here and compete on a big stage level day in and day out.
You know, you look at this team and you look at your program and the difference between last year and this year. What is the biggest change this year of preseason expectations relative to last year when you guys kind of snuck up on people nationally?
Yeah, I would say, you know, we're the same team. I would say our maturity is a lot more evolved as a team. I think we have a great group of senior leaders who have played a lot of ball, who've played a lot of snaps. And it just kind of filters down throughout the whole program. So, you know, when we show up in these big time moments and we have all these outside noise and all these people talking about us, it really doesn't affect us that much.
You mentioned the outside noise. We're well aware of what that is. What is your response to those who do talk about the playoff resume and say, hey, you know what, Cincinnati may be undefeated, but their resume and their schedule isn't good enough for a college football playoff berth?
Just to turn on the tape. Just to see that, you know, we play every snap as hard as we can. For those 4 to 6 seconds that the ball's going, you see people flying around, making plays, putting their body in places, and just the overall play of the game, of the execution and the way we do things. You know, I think a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, this team might not be able to do this, or they're only playing against this team. But when you see people flying around, making plays, and, you know, not only getting us excited, but getting the fans excited, you know, it makes it easy for us.
What would a playoff spot mean to the Cincinnati football program?
Oh, I mean, it would mean everything. Not only, you know, being the first group of 5 team to ever be in a college football playoff, but I mean, not only for our team, but for the community and city of Cincinnati. It would just be huge for all of us.
Next game in front of you, UCF, Saturday, 12 Eastern, ABC. You've won 23 straight games at Nippert Stadium. What makes your home yard so special?
Oh, the fans, 100%. The fans show up every week. You know, it doesn't even have to be a home game, but a away game. But, you know, once we step into Nippert Stadium, there's a different feeling, a different vibe. And, you know, our fans do a great job of creating a hostile environment for a team to come and play in. and it makes it really difficult for the other team to lock in and focus. And, you know, when we hear those fans behind us, we know that there's not much that can stop us.
You know, you're starting to pop up on the radar of some NFL scouts in the offseason. You told our Trevor Matich that you have, quote, sneaky speed. What does sneaky speed mean? I don't think it's sneaky. I can see it when you run, but you said it's sneaky. What makes it that way? Yeah,
so I'm not Usain Bolt or anything, or might not look, you know, fast right out the line, but my strides really make up for a lot of ground, and I'm able to gain ground with my strides that I take. So some people, you know, I think the game's all about angles, and I think I do a good job of running with angles, and defenders think that, you know, I might be a touch slower, so they might take a wrong angle, and I just go right past them.
You know, you're a busy guy. You're a Heisman Trophy candidate. You're trying to get Cincy to the playoff. You're a college student. You're a projected NFL pick. You're also a new dad to 𝗜𝗖𝗬𝗠, who was born in April. How did becoming a dad change you?
I was already pretty mature before, but I think, you know, I just took the maturity to the next level, you know, and just making priorities, you know, a number one thing. She's my number one priority, and, you know, everything I do now, I do for her. And she's always in the back of my head and everything that I do day in and day out. She's what keeps me going. She's what drives me, and she's just the cutest little thing.
I want to congratulate you real quick, because we just showed it there. You had the gender reveal of you punting that football. I would like to congratulate you guys on executing the gender reveal, because sometimes those go horribly wrong.
Yes, sir. No, the main focus was make sure you kick the ball, because if I would have dropped it, I think I actually had our punter there too. He gave me a little pointers, James Smith. He gave me a little pointers right there before.
So you've got all this going on. You nailed the gender reveal. You have a beautiful little girl. Where does changing a diaper rank in the hardest things that you have to do and prepare for today?
It's definitely on the lower spectrum. I was pretty quick. I'm pretty sure, you know, at the hospital I was changing all the diapers and everything. So, you know, it's just what comes with the job. But no, you know, it's been a blessing. It's been a journey, and it's not terrible.
You know what comes in huge when changing a diaper? Sneaky speed, and you've got it.
Yes, sir.
That's been great stuff. Firmly in the Heisman race. Bearcats firmly in the playoff hunt. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck this weekend. Good luck the rest of the way. It's been a pleasure to watch Cincy football this fall.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
You know, it's so easy to root for Desmond.
Wait, when's the last time you changed a diaper?
When is never? Does
like
that
never? And you're giving him like advice? I love it.
Yeah, look, as an outsider looking in, sneaky speed when you get there, get in and out before the smell permeates. UFC Cincinnati playing some football, noon Eastern, the rest of the slate. A couple of watch out games for some teams coming off big wins a week ago.